I just don't know. I don't know how they come up with the 50. I don't want to know because, again, I don't want one of the spots. But there definitely are people, and I'm looking at the list now, and I'm not going to name any other names for fear of, understating their true work. Because I think Vahe Gregorian is covering, maybe, even though the name doesn't come up a lot, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He's covering the Chiefs on a regular basis. He's the Kansas City representative to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But I'm looking through this list now, and I mean, I'll just give you one example. Howard Balzer is the Los Angeles Rams representative. He hasn't covered the Rams since they were in St. Louis. Is there no one else covering the Rams that would be the Rams representative? That's just an example. Now, I think he still works, and if anything, he covers the Cardinals, but he doesn't cover the Rams. It's just an example of one of the many flaws in this overall process.
Yeah, I think a lot of people look at it because I know some Hall of Fame voters, and I think they enjoy saying, hey, I'm a Hall of Fame voter. And it's one of those things at parties that gets, certain kind of parties, that gets attention. People ask questions about it. It makes you, it raises your profile a little bit in certain circles. And certainly in NFL circles, and you get a conversation, you can get your phone calls returned if you are a Hall of Fame voter for some people. But it still goes back to the problem, and this is why you said you wouldn't want to do it. I certainly wouldn't want to do it because I feel like I'd spend 90% of my time saying we got to bring the whole thing down. We got to bring the whole thing down and start it over. The system does not work. Any system that puts you in a position where you have to do what Vahe Gregorian did, and he explained it. See, I wouldn't do it that way. If I have to do it, I'm going with the best people, not, if I don't do it now, these people aren't going to get their shot. That's not my job. My job is to vote for the most Hall of Fame worthy people, not, if I don't vote I don't think they're really worthy of the Hall of Fame, but if I don't vote for them now, they'll never get a shot. I'd like some more time, and I know this guy is going to get in eventually, so I'll just kick him down the road. No. If you got a Hall of Famer in front of you and you see it, you believe it, vote for the Hall of Famer. The other thing is, and you hear this a lot, the whole Spygate thing with Bill Belichick. And these voters, now they're coming in as disciplinarians. The fine from Roger Goodell, not enough. Bill Belichick lost the first-round pick. That should have been more than that. They should have suspended him. They should have done this. And now they're coming in 19 years later, and they're relitigating something from 2007. I'm not saying you should, as a voter, you should ignore Spygate. It is part of the story. It's part of Bill Belichick's story, whether he likes it or not. They've made it the whole story. The Spygate voters, they made it the whole story, which is also wrong. You can't ignore it, but you can't say it is more important than every other year of his Hall of Fame career. So I think I have more respect for what Gregorian is doing, even though I don't agree with it. I have no respect for the Spygate people. Taking that approach, I got no respect for it.
And let me take what you just said and raise it. I think the whole Spygate thing is a pretext for we don't like him. He was mean to me. I don't like the fact that he's dating someone young enough to be his granddaughter. That's an example. I always search for examples of how you can take someone's quote out of context. That's a prime example. Because if you just took what I said, that's what it means, folks. Whenever an athlete says they took my words out of context, usually it's they isolated a quote from a broader conversation, and I don't like that they did that, even though the quote itself is dead on balls accurate. Taking it out of context is I was giving an example of what they are saying or thinking about Bill Belichick, and it would be, I don't approve of how he's conducting his personal life. I don't like how he treated me. I think he's a jerk, whatever. and Spygate becomes the convenient pretext for it. So I think if there is a Spygate mafia, I think a significant number of them are using that as a pretext for they don't like Bill Belichick for one of possibly many reasons, Michael.
Yeah,
and they can't set it aside.
I know, Armando Salguero, and I don't know if he is going to get in trouble from the Hall of Fame, because the Hall of Fame says, hey, we don't want you to, don't go too far. Don't break our rules on the public, because if you break our rules, we might remove you from this august body or something like that. But Armando Salguero was the person who presented Bill Belichick to the Hall of Fame voters. And he went on TV here, local TV here in Boston yesterday, and said flat out, he said, no matter what people tell you, it was Spygate. He said Spygate is why he's not in the Hall of Fame. There was a big push. He didn't name names, but there was a big block of voters who pushed back pushed back on Spygate so vociferously that Salguero anticipated it, and he had a Spygate rebuttal after they were finished. So for those people, yeah, it's Spygate / I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like anybody who looks like him.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.